Hi, welcome to Life's Great and Other Lies. If you're familiar with the series, it's essentially a series of podcasts, conversations where I sit down and talk to somebody or just talk about whatever I want. And it's been a while. It's been a very long time since the previous episode, and the only sort of justification I have for it is life happened. Life tends to happen very often, and because I treat creating videos and creating content as not essentially content creation but just expressing myself. So I don't really feel the pressure or don't really think that it's a good idea to say things when I'm not in the best position to actually convey them. So rather than, just like making work that I'm not very proud of, work that is sort of mediocre, I just prefer to wait it out and create things when I actually have the mental space to. I'm at a beach right now. I'm on vacation. I'm about to leave in a couple of hours. And the only reason I actually came here to sit down and talk is because, one, I really wanted to. Two, I think the beach is the best place to be the most introspective. And at least for me, I feel like I'm very authentic and genuine over here, and I just wanted to sit down and talk, maybe give you a life update. I saw somebody's comment on a post, and they'd said something along the lines of, "Oh, you follow Vartalap. I used to listen to their podcast." And it hit me that my podcast actually did have an audience. There are people who would maybe want to know what's up. So this is me trying to cater to that audience. With that being said, I sort of wanted to start off the conversation with talking about the difference between content and art. I think that's something I'm currently struggling with. So for those of you who maybe follow Vartalap on Instagram, you know that I've been consistent for the past like 5 to 6 weeks. And at first it started off as, you know what, I just want to make a couple of videos and post them. And then they started doing well, and then I sort of got into like a nice rhythm. So I just continued making those videos, and it's been really fun. One thing that I have realized is that it's really easy to get sucked into that whole cycle of wanting to make content and not art. I don't know if the videos that I create can necessarily be constructed as art, because to me, when it comes to the medium of film or like videos, art, my example of like art is the videos of like Matt Diavella or Nathaniel Drew. And when I just, compare, or I know comparison is not a good thing, but when I just observe what I create and the kind of videos that I grew up watching, I just don't think what I create is art. Rather, it's a form of expression. But like, it's not content, because I feel content inherently has some sort of like a commercial aspect or value to it. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to document things. That's a theme that's sort of going through all of my videos, is just document life and the stories and the things that I observe and see every day. And I guess the need for documenting it visually arises from the fact that like, I'm a very visual person. I've always been an artist, and I see things and process human existence not just in the terms of thoughts and feelings, but also like colors. Colors is a huge deal for me. am absolutely obsessed with colors. I really like experimenting with colors, and I feel like colors are something where I can find my solace. There's something that I feel like colors and I have a good relationship. We understand each other and we make compromises. But when it comes to maybe something like video, or even for that matter, like drawing and sketching, so I would call that maybe lines and compositions, maybe. Yeah, we can call it that. We don't really have that great of a relationship. But you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. We try. Every relationship works on the pillar of communication and understanding. So, yes, my point is that I don't see what I make as art, neither do I see it as content. And I'm so sorry, there's a lot of wind. That's because I'm by the beach, and my setup is actually really funny. If I just could show you the setup, 1 second. This is where things are being recorded, and my phone gave up. Fun. I love it when your phone gives up. Give me like a hot second, and then I'm gonna say, oh, I'm back. This feels so content creatory. Okay, so yeah, that was the setup. Okay, yeah, so that was the setup because there's a lot of wind, so I need to have something that blocks the wind, and this is the best I can do. But you know what? I wanted to take the podcast out of like a room, and there's just too much wind. So I'm sorry. I apologize, but I actually was about to address this. I can't continue shooting for very long because my phone is getting overheated because it's actually really hot. Even though it's just 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's getting really hot. So I'm sorry, I will insert other footage. Hopefully I can keep you visually entertained. Yeah, but this also begs the question of what really is the purpose of, at least for me, what really is the purpose of the content, quote unquote, that I'm making. Is it to keep people entertained? Because I feel like there is sort of a need for me to do that. There is that pressure, and I was discussing this with someone that I have to very actively make sure that whatever I am making is very engaging, because or else, like, with our attention span, and I say our because even my attention span is really bad, but with our attention span it becomes almost impossible to see things or to just like engage with content unless something is changing every second. And currently, so I'm actually currently interning at a startup, and it was my CMO who made me realize that, you know what, like, without you knowing it, the videos that are doing well are videos that are very like heavily edited. I mean, not heavily edited, but essentially that something's changing every few seconds, because or else I would get bored, I would just not watch it. And also, like, simultaneously, videos that tend to do well are the videos that, you know, have like multiple storylines or multiple things to sort of make the viewer watch or just cling on to. Like, there was this one video about if I have to ask for it, it means nothing. And there are two storylines that are parallelly going in that video. One is of me explaining this concept of, you know, when you have to ask for things from somebody that you love or that you care for, it just feels like, now that I've asked it, what's the point of you even doing anything? Why did I have to ask to begin with? And then the second storyline that's going on is me in a supermarket just shopping. So you're trying to make sense of two things at a time, and our brain likes to be engaged, so it makes sense. But the question is, should we even be that engaged? What's the price that we're paying for all of this information, for being so constantly engaged and, you know, involved in things? Again, I'm trying to take pauses whenever possible when, like, the waves get really, really rogue, because I wouldn't want to happen to you guys constantly, especially if you're wearing headphones. But apart from that, my BBA is done. I have finished my BBA from IIM Ranchi, and I don't know what's in store currently. Let's see what happens. I am going to be pursuing my MBA pretty soon, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited for what postgraduate education holds. I'm really excited for all that I'm going to get to learn, for the people that I'm going to get to interact with, and I think I'm getting to the stage where I'm finally understanding a lot of things. So there's a little bit more clarity in my life as to what I want to do, where do I want to go, what kind of a life do I want to lead. But I've realized that no matter what, art has been a very, very important part of my life. And I remember I've even made like stuff about this, like videos about this, where I was scared that once I left design school, I would not make art. And for a brief period, that was actually true. I did not make art. Yes, the wind, sorry. For a brief period, that was true. I did not make art. But eventually, I found my way to it. And I don't make art the same way that I used to. I mean, I have a sketchbook since probably like the second year of undergrad that's still not filled yet. That still barely even has like 4 complete illustrations. But now there's this. There's like making videos, documenting my life, sharing stories. That's the new form of art, if I can even call it art. But another thing as a creative I think is really important is like dabbling around with different mediums, because I started falling in love with acrylics after I had already like been comfortable enough with polymer clay, with oil pastels, with so many other things. And right now, because of the ease that a medium like watercolor pencils provides me, I use that as my default. That, or maybe even fine liners. Also, another thing, I was trying to document like I was trying to document what IPM at IIM Ranchi feels like, or what the classes feel like on this series called Classes on Cards. Classes on Cards? Yes, Classes on Cards. And term 9 threw me off completely. I had so many other plans for term 9, which was the last term of BBA. And I'd started documenting everything, but then life happened, so I stopped documenting it. But I still have that those cards, and I want to like sort of post them, talk about them, but I feel like the conversation would be really short. And speaking of these cards, I'm trying to reflect and think of the kind of things that I'm sort of. So Vartalap is a project where I talk about and document things that I want to. Vartalap is a conversation, essentially, between me and my thoughts, me and you, me and anybody who ends up being on Vartalap. That's the whole sort of point of why Vartalap started. But the real question is that what is something that would actually add value to those who see Vartalap, who hear Vartalap? And while I don't want to be someone who has to compromise with what they create and what they make, because if I'm making compromises, then I'm not being genuine. With that being said, this whole idea keeps coming back in marketing, which is that are you adding value to the lives of your customers? Not just marketing, in business and in a lot of different aspects. Like, what is the value that you're adding? What is the value that you're creating? So I can talk about like 1,000 different things. I can talk about how I really love the color blue, or how there's a specific yellow that I use. And great, yeah, there would be like 5 people who would be really into that. I would really want to know, and I'm in the process of trying to figure out what is something that I can sort of help add value in without it being too commercial and, gaslight gatekeeper boss. Yeah, that's that. Apart from that, I Another thing that I've noticed is, so I've been consistent, and I feel like I'm gonna jinx it if I keep saying I've been consistent, but I at first thought that being this consistent would actually, force me to lower down my quality. And this was something we had sort of discussed in a strategy course where our professor, Dr. Rajesh Jain, he had said that, once you're at a certain amount of quantity in production, your quality becomes better. And I mean, I remember like the class went full rogue, like everybody was just like, no, that's not true, we don't agree, this, that. But then I think I started realizing over time and over like the span of being more consistent is that it just becomes easier when you're actually producing more things, in the sense of you learn how to just do things better because you have no other option, and you've already set certain benchmarks for yourself ki itna to karna hi hai, and there's like this X amount of energy that you're going to spend to do that. But once you realize how to do it easier, how to do it in an easier way, that amount of energy that you're allocating for it is still X, and now you're using a little bit less than X to produce the same quality. So you're like, okay, there's this little bit of 5% of X energy left, let me just make it that much better. Let me like spend 5 minutes more on sound design. Let me edit the text a little bit better. I mean, this is a very like a small example, but I feel like I was able to draw parallels to some things that we had discussed in class, and that made me feel really happy. And that also helped me realize that when I'm trying to learn or understand things, because there's a lot of learning left ahead of me, not just in terms of like a whole degree, but also in terms of life, the best thing is to actually juxtapose and take things from one subject and apply them to another, or take things from one area of life, like, academics and college, and apply them to your pet projects or creating things online. I hate the word creating content. It makes me feel so... At first it was influencer, now it's creating content. I'm sorry, I have to wait for the wind to pass. Yeah, sometimes that's what you have to do, right? Like, wait for the wind to pass. There's nothing you can do. Things are not in your control, and the wind passes when it passes. I think that's enough introspection from me. I don't think so I've ever like showcased this side of me on Vartalap. Okay, nahi, theek hai. Audio is still fine, hopefully. I'm just praying everything's not... I really hope it's not that. I will have to edit this. The one reason why making podcasts has been sort of on hold is because it just takes a lot of time to make them. But yeah, that's been me, and I'm going to sort of end it on this note. If there is something that you think Vartalap, Vartalap can add value to in your life, if you want to hear Vartalap talk about something. Why am I calling myself Vartalap? If you want to hear me, Bipasha Tiwari, talk about something, let me know. DM me, comment section, whatever, wherever. Tag me so that I can know what you want to hear. Let Vartalap add value to your lives. Oh God, I sound like a business student, which I am, which I proudly am. But yeah, that's it. That's it for now. I'm sorry if this is not what you expected, and I'm sorry because the audio. I'm gonna try to edit this as much as I can, which is just sad because that means I just have to edit a lot. The amount of work I'm putting myself through. Yeah, I don't think so the wind's stopping anytime soon. So that's been me. Bye bye. See you soon, maybe. Shayad. Bye.